staff meetings and we'd talk and then we'd hang out afterwards. But once a month on a Friday, everybody seemed to end up in the office, or a Tuesday afternoon when we'd sit around in the office around the couch and talk about something, share some of our professional triumphs that we were going through at the time, and even some personal stuff, dog pictures. So I was trying to figure out how could we, kind of get back to that, even though we can't be in the physical space. And it occurred to me that our paperless prosecution is built on a SharePoint platform, which is something that allows us to do pretty much all of that. And it's already available to us. So I spent some time over the holidays building out a SharePoint site for us. Like I said, you don't know it, but you've already been using it for the paperless prosecution. Now, you got a link to this video in an email, and you got a link to the SharePoint site in an email, in the same email. And I asked you to watch this video first so that I could kind of show you around so that you're not overwhelmed. I know Julie's already clicked on that link to the site a couple of times and is probably overwhelmed. So Julie, just sit back, relax. I'll walk you through it right here. It's not that bad. So for everyone else that followed the instructions, let me flip over here and show you a web page real quick. Everyone hopefully knows that you can go to office.com to get into your Whitehall email. Also gives you access to Microsoft Office Online, Excel Online. So this is just office.com. And by the way, I don't usually have a big obnoxious red mouse. I just made it this way for this video here. So you can see what I'm pointing at. So this is our SharePoint site. I still have some stuff to do with it. I'm meeting with IT next week about some permissions to do stuff. You see down here the team meetings, which is a office calendar feature that works with our Outlook. It's set at 5 a.m. It's set at Pacific time. I can't change that. I also want to be able to add Michael's city attorney Facebook stream right there so that for those without social media or that aren't on it that often can see what's being posted. I know there was a post going out today regarding yesterday's domestic terrorist overtaking at the Capitol. I posted earlier in the week about some domestic violence bills that did not pass in the past legislature, so that Kristen and I could also gauge community engagement from that. There's quick links up here. These are the ones I could just think of. If you guys have more, please let me know. We'll add them. While I'm talking about adding stuff to it, at the very top where you see page details, discard changes, and then way over here, edit and republish, please don't mess with any of those. We're still working on the page permissions, but as I was building this, I discovered it's really easy to accidentally delete something or to move it or to jack up the settings. So but for right now, those will probably appear on everybody's. Office news and announcements. Right now, I've got a welcome, which is the one I hope everybody reads. To open it, you'll literally just click on it. But at the bottom, you can add comments and likes. So it works kind of like a social media feed. I added another article about a charter case that I recently won in Licking County. Just as hey, I won a motion to dismiss a deck action over a charter interpretation for appointment powers, but also as to add some content so that you guys can kind of see what we can put there. That said, I fully intend to put pictures of my dogs there as well. So this is, and Hallie, okay, I'll put Hallie up too, but I take a lot of pictures of the dogs. So, this is, for me, this was kind of, I guess I could call this, the office couch. What we used to talk about when we would sit around and talk in the office on Friday afternoons and share pictures or something like that. Just, it doesn't have to be a long article or a lot of pictures. You just add one. And to do so, you just click add and then new post. So here is some news feeds, Court News Ohio and the ABA Journal. Again, this is where I get a lot of my legal news, but this is just kind of the home page. The wiki over here for Franklin County Municipal Court. My envision for this, and maybe no one else would share this, but for me, going paperless, I don't always have the judicial assignments available to me. And if you go right over here on the right, you can see I've started to add them. Who's in what courtroom, their bailiff, the secretary, their fax numbers, contact information. And it's all right there. Maybe we can clear off some desk space and get rid of Rolodexes and big flip files and stuff like that. Added some COVID information. This is a wiki page, so anybody can edit it and add information to it. And we can build others for other frequent information that we may need to share. Again, the idea is let's have a repository for us to be able to share everything. So speaking of sharing, I've got a motions and templates library. The motion that I added right now is just the motion to dismiss that I referenced a few minutes ago in that charter action. Ideally, there'll be a lot of templates in here. Templates for our responses to motions to dismiss and motions to suppress, dismissals, nolli prosequis, but also of some of those other motions. I know one of the things Michael had talked about was building a motion library. So this will hopefully be the start of our motion library. We've got reports right now. The only report I have up there is a resident report that Michael gives counsel. But as we start to build this out and want more information, we can generate those reports and put them here. While I'm over on this menu, case files do not use in site admin. Please don't click on those. They're there for right now. I can't really get rid of them. Case files is a link to the paperless prosecution files. The reason I'm asking you not to click on it here is simple. When it syncs with your computer, which is how we have it set up, if something is accidentally deleted, which has happened a couple of times, if I'm notified early enough, I've been able to come into this web page and either go directly into the case files or into the recycle bin and retrieve those and restore them back. In playing around with this, what I've noticed is when I delete something from the web using this web page from there, it doesn't always go into the recycle bin. So if a case file were accidentally deleted from this web page, I don't know that I'll be able to restore it from the recycle bin. That's one of my questions to work with IT on, because it doesn't make sense why one goes into the recycle bin and one doesn't. But that seems to be what it's doing right now. So for right now, please use the files that sync on your computers for that. But I'm leaving them there for in case we need them, or in case I need them. One other thing, office projects. We started Amnesty Day right before COVID, and we started some online to try to use some of these paperless tools to organize that project. And that will be resuming here shortly. We've already had a couple initial conversations about rerunning the report and with the Owens group for what we can do. But I've also added a new office punch list. This is just a list of everything that needs to be done in the office to get it back up and running. You can sort it, you can filter it so you can see what we have to do, what service has to do, what IT has to do. You can edit all of them at once by hitting edit in grid view. You can edit them individually. Again, the idea here is slowly we will hopefully be able to get rid of notepads and lists that we keep around the office that may be on this person's desk but someone else may need at some point, and work towards this. Maybe this particular setup for this project doesn't work for something else. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can add and play around with, and that's kind of what I want us to do is to try to think, okay, I have a small project coming up. How can I use this and use it to hopefully reduce paper around the office, as well as be able to share more easily, because at this point, who knows when we'll all get back into the office together. So that's your quick tutorial. So hopefully it's not as overwhelming as it may first seem. So now that you have walked through it, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email or I guess at some point I could put a little chat board up here for everyone as well. But look around, see what works. If you got questions, let me know. If I don't know, I am talking with IT about some of the stuff I've come across on this. And hopefully we'll be able to use this to build a motion library, keep up to date on everybody's what they're doing, and how the kids are doing, and the fur babies as well. And so hopefully it'll be a use for the office. If after we use it for a while we determine we don't want to use it, that's fine. But I think it's something we should try. So here it is. Let me know your feedback, and I look forward to seeing everybody in person as soon as we can. I know I get to see some of you in person every now and then, but hopefully soon we'll all be back together. And if not, like I said, built into this is Teams, and we could schedule some more frequent video chats with everyone. So until then, let me know if you have questions. I hope everybody has a good day, and if I don't see or talk to you this week, a good weekend, and I'll talk to you all